so addicted. That's a problem. So I don't have that much going on this week, except for the crazy parents' party that you just saw. Mom dancing. It's all about the snaps. So I was thinking, what story can I show that's interesting and visual? I don't really have one. But I can tell the story of what I'm really doing this week, which is trying to build habits. So exciting, right? I read this article, which I then forced everyone in my life to read, of course. It's by Belle Beth Cooper on Fast Company, and it's titled, How I Became a Morning Person, Read More Books, and Learned a Language in a Year. It's like she read my mind. I gotta do all those things. The article has a few main points. Start small with your habits so that you can achieve them and feel satisfied in that you've done it. Her example was, if you want to floss your teeth, floss one tooth. It's so easy, it's something you can't say no to. The next point was, try to tag your habit along to something you already do. So for example, she was learning French and she decided to use the app Duolingo when she was having her coffee, which is something she already did every day. Very smart. The last point was, focus on building one habit at a time. Build it up. So if you're flossing one tooth, build it up until you're flossing all of your teeth every night and it's second nature. Then move on to building a new habit. Don't try and transform your life in 1 week, because it's not going to happen and you'll just fall off the wagon. So because I was so inspired by this article, I decided to come up with with 5 of my own habits to try and do. Now, I'm gonna take most of her advice, but I'm not gonna follow all of it because I'm gonna try to do them all at the same time, which she said not to do because you'll fail, but I'm gonna try it anyways. These are my habits. Number 1, wake up every day at 7:30 a.m. So my thought was, wake up at 7:30 for as long as it takes for that to feel easy and normal. Then wake up at 7:15, then 7 o'clock, then 6:45, 6:30, 6:15, 6. I don't know if I'll go earlier than 6. Second one is practice Spanish every morning for 10 minutes. I think that will be somewhat easy because normally I'll sit, drink my coffee, and scroll through Instagram. So essentially I'm just subbing one phone habit for another. Hopefully a habit that will expand my brain instead of just, you know, Instagram, which I love, but you know what I mean. Third one, walk the dog every day at 4:30 p.m. for at least 10 minutes. That seems like a very short walk because it is, but it's more just the fact of doing it every day at the same time that I think would be good for me and the dog. And just, you know, move, get the blood pumping. Number 4, do yoga 3 times a week. Pretty much, I'm a newbie. I think down dog is hard. Last one, read every night before bed. So the author did this one too. And basically her thought was, if you just challenge yourself to do 1 page, I mean, that takes you 30 seconds, I don't know. And then that way you feel accomplished because you've done it every single night. And a lot of times you'll read more than that, but even if you do the 1 page, you feel good. And it's a habit. That's what we want. You want to go for a walk? I really need to get my Fitbit working. It would motivate me to want to walk longer and get those steps in. Lily, you're in the shot. You're in the shot. Hi. Oh, it stinks in there. So, I need to fill you in on how it went. I'll just go through the list. Number 1, waking up early. Not that hard, did it every day. The problem was, I didn't get out of bed for a while. I tend to just kind of laze about and look at Instagram. I now have 3 personal Instagram accounts for myself, for my blog, and for my dog. Sad. And then I like to look at Time Hop, and then I like to look at the weather, and I like to look at the weather in a lot of different cities just for fun. So I don't get out of bed for like 30 minutes. So that needs to be part of the habit, that you're up and you're out of bed at a certain time. Do you agree? Yes. Number 2, practicing Spanish every day. Bam! Did it. Every day, 10 minutes, I can report that I'm officially 28% fluent in Spanish, which is very sad considering I took about 6 years of Spanish in school, probably more. Number 3, doing yoga 3 times a week. I didn't do it. I did it twice. Twice is better than 0 times, which is where I started, but essentially I failed that one. Number 4, taking Finley for a walk every day at 4:30, 10 minutes or more. Didn't happen. It didn't happen, I think, because my schedule changed every day and I wasn't always here at 4:30, and yeah, I mean, I don't neglect him. I walk him other times, but that whole concept of having it happen every day at the same time didn't end up working out for me. And number 5, read every night. I have totally done this and loved it. Some nights I read 1 page, some nights I read 40 pages, but I did it every night and it felt really good. So what did I learn? Number 1, the habits that I kept are the habits that were tacked on to other habits. This was a point of the author's, but I didn't know how important that was. I subbed out looking at Instagram when I drink my coffee for doing Duolingo, the Spanish app, when I drink my coffee. Because I had been used to just sitting there scrolling on my phone, it was just one thing for another. It was a very easy substitute. With reading, I go to bed every night and I look at my Instagram. So again, I just subbed out social media for reading, and it was easy because I was already doing something before I was falling asleep. I think that's why the physical ones didn't stick as much, because they were more flexible in the timing. I can do yoga any time of day. I work from home, so I can create my own schedule. So that is almost too much flexibility. But then again, I said I was gonna walk at 4:30 every day, which is very rigid, and I didn't do that either. So maybe I just hate working out. So I'm 3 for 5. That's pretty good, I think, considering I was 0 for 5 last week. It's all about perspective, right? Do you agree? Do you think I'm nuts because I speak to you all day long?